You wake up at 6:47 a.m., 7 minutes before your alarm. Your body knows. It's been doing this for 4,847 days, almost 13 years at the same company. You tell yourself it's security, a good salary, benefits, stability. But as you stare at the ceiling in those 7 stolen minutes, there's this feeling you can't quite shake. You're making more money than your parents ever dreamed of, and somehow you are more broke than ever. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why that's not a coincidence. It's not bad luck. It's not because you're irresponsible. It's by design. This is the salary trap, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let me introduce you to Sarah. She's 34 years old. She makes $85,000 a year. On paper, Sarah's winning. She's in the top 20% of earners. She should feel rich. She doesn't. Sarah gets paid every 2 weeks. That's $3,269 before taxes. After federal taxes, state taxes, Social Security, Medicare, and her 401k contribution, she takes home $2,458. Now here's where the trap gets interesting. The system doesn't present Sarah with a choice. Instead, it fragments her money across invisible channels before she ever truly possesses it. Let's watch it disappear. Rent, $1,200. That's nearly half of her after-tax income. Car payment, insurance, and gas, $550. Groceries and dining, $400. Phone, internet, utilities, $260. Student loan payment, $280. Let's add this up. $1,200 plus $550 plus $400 plus $260 plus $280 equals $2,690. Wait, that's already more than her take-home pay of $2,458. Sarah is already $232 short every single month. So she cuts the grocery budget. She skips dinners out. She drives less. Now she has $48 left over for an entire 2 weeks. But here's the psychological genius of this system. Sarah doesn't experience this as deprivation. She has a car. She has an apartment. She has a job with an impressive title. She's doing what she's supposed to do. She's successful. The system gives you just enough comfort to stop you from asking why you're not building wealth. This is the salary trap's first weapon, the illusion of prosperity through fragmentation. When money comes in as a lump sum and leaves in small pieces, your brain never fully grasps that you're just treading water. You have a lifestyle, not wealth. Now let's talk about what actually keeps you stuck. The entire system is designed around a single principle: keep you dependent on that paycheck. Think about the narrative you were sold. Get a good education. So you do. You go into debt for it. Now you're hunting for a job to pay back that investment. You find one. Great salary, maybe $60,000. Your parents are proud. You're proud. But the moment you accept that job, something happens. Your lifestyle automatically inflates to match your income. You get the job at $60,000. You can finally afford a nicer apartment. Your rent goes from $800 to $1,200. A nicer car. Your payment goes from $200 to $400. 2 years pass. You get promoted. Now you're making $75,000. You move to an even nicer place. $1,400 in rent. You upgrade the car. $450 payment. You start buying organic groceries. You take a real vacation. Another 3 years. Another promotion. $90,000 now. The apartment becomes a condo. $1,800 in rent. The car becomes a small luxury SUV, $580 a month. You're doing everything right. Here's the problem. Each increase in salary feels like freedom, but each one actually tightens the noose. Because now you're not free to leave that job. You need that $90,000 salary to maintain the life you've built. You've constructed a financial existence that requires constant paychecks. This is what I call the golden handcuffs. The cruelest part, you did this to yourself. The system didn't force you. It just presented the option, and human psychology did the rest. We see progress as moving up, not as actually getting richer. So we move up into a lifestyle that consumes every penny we earn. A CEO making $500,000 a year can be just as trapped as someone making $50,000 if their lifestyle requires $480,000 to maintain. The salary doesn't determine your freedom. The gap between your income and your expenses does. Let me tell you about my friend David. David worked in tech, made $140,000 a year. By any measure, David was rich, but David was miserable. He hated his job. Every time he thought about quitting, his stomach would drop. Why? Because he'd already committed to a $3,200 mortgage, 2 car payments totaling $850, private preschool for his kids at $1,600 per month. One day, his company offered him a promotion, $20,000 raise. He felt relieved, grateful. 2 weeks later, his property taxes went up, his mortgage adjusted, his oldest needed braces, his wife's car needed repairs. They got a newer car. 3 months after his $20,000 raise, David's financial stress hadn't decreased at all. It stayed exactly the same. This is the system's most insidious trick. You're not building wealth with your salary increases. You're just increasing your obligations faster than your income grows. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, even a substantial one, you become predictable, controllable. You need that job. Your landlord benefits from your trapped state. Your bank benefits. The car company benefits. But you don't benefit. You're just tired. I want you to do something right now. Imagine you quit your job tomorrow. How many months could you survive? Be brutally honest. If your answer is less than 3 months, you're not financially secure. You're trapped. Over 60% of Americans, including those earning 6 figures, couldn't sustain their lifestyle for more than 2 months without income. You are 1 month away from financial catastrophe at all times. That's not security. That's a very comfortable prison. The salary trap convinces you this is normal, but this isn't inevitable. It's a choice that's been made for you. The moment you realize your salary isn't keeping you rich, it's keeping you busy enough to not become rich, everything changes. So what do? How do you escape? First, stop confusing income with wealth. A $200,000 salary is income. It's temporary. It requires you to keep showing up. $50,000 in savings and investments is wealth. It's permanent. It's yours. It doesn't require your continued labor to exist. Second, attack the gap with religious devotion. The gap between your income and your expenses is the only number that matters. Not your salary, not your job title, the gap. If you make $80,000 and spend $78,000, you have a $2,000 gap. If you make $60,000 and spend $45,000, you have a $15,000 gap. The person making less is getting free faster. Intentionally keep your expenses lower than your income. When you get a raise, don't upgrade your life, upgrade your gap. Third, redirect that gap into assets, not liabilities. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out. Your car is a liability. An index fund is an asset. The system is designed to make you buy liabilities and call them assets. Fourth, build optionality. The moment you have 3 to 6 months of expenses and savings, something shifts. You're not trapped anymore. You can negotiate better because you don't desperately need your job. You can leave toxic situations. You can take risks. You can say no. 6 months of expenses in the bank isn't retirement, but it's freedom. Freedom to choose. The goal isn't just to earn more. The goal is to become independent from the system's requirement that you need that paycheck. Because the moment you don't need it, you're free. The salary trap is real. It's sophisticated, but it is not inescapable. The people who break free aren't smarter than you. They're not luckier. They just became aware. They saw the system for what it is. They recognized that comfort isn't the same as freedom. They understood that a high salary without savings is just a more expensive form of being broke. And they decided to prioritize the gap over the lifestyle. You have that same choice right now, today. You can keep playing the game the way you were taught, chasing raises and promotions, wondering why you never feel secure. Or you can step out of the game entirely, not by quitting your job or rejecting modern life, but by recognizing the trap for what it is and deliberately choosing to prioritize freedom over the appearance of success. The system needs you to stay trapped, but you don't have to be one of them. If you found this breakdown valuable and you want to learn the actual mechanics of building wealth, subscribe to this channel. We break down the psychology of money, the systems that control your finances, and how to beat them. New videos every week. Each one gets you one step closer to actual financial freedom. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.